Picture this. It's late at night. You're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and your mind is racing. Thoughts about tomorrow, about next week, about what might happen and what might go wrong. Your heart feels heavy, your mind feels tired, and yet you can't stop. Does this sound familiar? You're not alone. We all worry about the future. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if I'm not good enough? But let me tell you something powerful. Worrying about the future won't change it. It won't make you stronger. It won't make you smarter. It will only steal your peace and your happiness today. Here's the truth, the future is unknown, and that's okay. By the end of this video, you'll learn why you must stop worrying about the future and how to let go, take control of your life, and find peace in the present. Let's begin. Have you ever wondered, why do we worry about the future? What's the point? Worry is like a program running in your mind, telling you that by thinking about problems over and over, you can somehow solve them. But most of the time, you can't. Here's why. Worry is based on fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of what could go wrong. Fear of not being enough. Your brain loves to keep you safe. It sees the future as a threat because it's uncertain. So, it tries to plan for every possible outcome, even the bad ones. You start thinking about worst-case scenarios. What if I lose my job? What if they leave me? What if I fail that exam? And just like that, you're trapped. You're not living in the present. You're living in a future that doesn't even exist yet.
Let me ask you this. Has worry ever made your future better? No. Worry is like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. Here's something you need to hear and really understand. You cannot control the future. Let that sink in. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you plan or worry, you can't predict what will happen tomorrow, next week, or next year. Life is full of surprises, both good and bad. You might lose a job, but find a better one. You might face failure, but discover a new path. You might experience pain, but grow stronger because of it. The future is not meant to be controlled. It's meant to be lived. Here's what I want you to do. Stop trying to control what's out of your hands. Instead, focus on what you can control. You can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control how you respond to challenges. When you let go of the need to control the future, you free yourself from worry. You create space to enjoy the present and to trust the journey, wherever it takes you. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and instead of worrying about what could go wrong, you take a deep breath, you feel the air in your lungs, you notice the sun shining through your window. You smile because you're alive, right here, right now. What's the first thing that happens? The weight on your shoulders feels lighter, your mind feels calmer, and you realize this moment is all you have. Here's a truth that most people don't realize. The present moment is the only thing that's real. The past is gone. The future is not here yet. When you focus on the present, you take back control of your life. You're no longer a prisoner of what might happen. You're the master of what is happening. You start to notice the little things. The sound of birds singing in the morning, the laughter of a friend, the taste of your favorite food. You start to feel alive again. And something magical happens. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw fear. You start doing things you were too afraid to try. Because when you stop worrying about tomorrow, you free yourself to live fully today. And isn't that what life is really about? Now you might be wondering, that sounds great, but how do I actually stop worrying? Here's the good news, it's possible, and I'm going to show you how. Step 1, breathe. Whenever you feel worried or overwhelmed, stop. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and let it out through your mouth. Do this 5 times. Why? Because your breath brings you back to the present moment. It's a simple but powerful tool to calm your mind and release stress. Step 2, write it down. Grab a pen and a piece of paper. Write down everything you're worried about. Get it out of your head. Don't judge it, just write. Once you're done, ask yourself, which of these things can I control? If you can control it, make a simple plan to take action. If you can't control it, let it go. Remind yourself worrying changes nothing. Step 3, focus on one day at a time. You don't need to figure out your whole life today. You don't need to solve every problem right now. Just take it one step at a time, one day at a time. You don't need to figure out your whole life today. You don't need to solve every problem right now. Just take it one step at a time, one day at a time. When you focus on today, you turn overwhelming problems into small, manageable steps. Remember, you can't do everything, but you can do something. Step 4, trust the process. Life doesn't always go the way we plan, but sometimes the things we fear the most lead to the best outcomes. You may not see it now, but trust that everything happens for a reason. The challenges you face today are preparing you for a better tomorrow. So instead of fearing the future, trust it, embrace it, and remind yourself that you're stronger than any challenge life throws your way. Let me ask you something important. How much time have you lost worrying about things that never happened? Think about it. All those sleepless nights, all that stress, all those what-if scenarios playing in your head. And for what? Worry doesn't protect you from pain. It doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't prepare you for the future. It only steals your happiness, your energy, and your peace. Imagine if you took all the energy you spend worrying and used it to build the life you want. Imagine if you focused on being grateful for what you have instead of fearing what you might lose. Imagine if you stopped living in your head and started living in the moment. Because here's the truth, worrying about tomorrow won't make it better, but being present today will make your life better. Happiness isn't something you find in the future, it's something you create in the present. Letting go of worry is not about ignoring the future. It's about trusting yourself to handle whatever comes your way. Think about this. You've already survived 100% of your worst days. You've faced challenges before and you've overcome them. You've been through pain and you've grown from it. So why do you doubt yourself now? The future might be uncertain, but you are not weak. You are stronger than you know. You are smarter than you think. And you are capable of more than you can imagine. When you trust yourself, you don't need to worry about the future. Because no matter what happens, you'll be ready for it. Let go of the need to control everything. Let go of the fear of the unknown. Instead, focus on living. Focus on loving. Focus on growing. And trust that the future will unfold exactly as it's meant to. Let me leave you with this. Life is too short to waste worrying about what might happen. The future is not promised. But this moment is a gift. So stop letting fear hold you back. Stop living in the what-ifs. Take a deep breath, look around you, and remember, you are alive, you are strong, and you are capable of creating a beautiful life. Don't let worry steal your joy. Don't let fear steal your future. Because the best way to predict the future is to create it, one day at a time. So live fully, love deeply, and trust yourself. The future will take care of itself. And you'll be just fine. Don't worry about the future. It's time to start living.